All right, another practice AP free response question on MRP and the market for labor. So the table above gives a short run marginal revenue product of labor per day for a perfectly competitive firm. The firm is currently selling its product at the market price of $5. So calculate the marginal physical product of the third worker. We're looking here. Marginal revenue per day, number of workers. Now, what we have to remember is that MRP equals MPP times price. So the marginal revenue product per day is $4.50. What we're looking for is marginal product, which we don't know, times the price, which we do know is $5. So $4.50 divided by 5 equals 90 units. It doesn't say to explain, it just says calculate, and there it is, 90 units. Part B, define the law of diminishing marginal returns and explain why it occurs. Well, this comes in two parts. Define the law and then explain why it occurs. So the law states, give myself a little more room here, as you increase, and I'm going to shorthand it, as you increase variable inputs, then output decreases. Output increases at a decreasing rate. So that's the first part. The second part is diminishing marginal returns occurs because of overuse of a fixed input. So if you can imagine a fixed input like a size of a factory or size of a store, and there's too many people in there, it becomes crowded because this facility, the fixed input is not large enough to handle more and more increasing variable inputs. So that satisfies part B. Part C then, diminishing marginal returns first occurs with the hiring of which worker of the firm. So if we had to, and it might be a good idea, diminishing marginal returns occurs, you're going to have to kind of calculate out the marginal product of labor for each one of these. So the first worker, we're dividing all by 5. So we're trying to figure out, well, this is 90 units for the first worker. Then we have 500 divided by 5 gives us 100 for the second worker. Third worker then would be 450 divided by 5 gives us 90 again. So it's 90 units. So we can stop right there and see that the marginal product of labor was increasing, now it's decreasing. So diminishing marginal returns sets in at the addition of the third worker. D, what's the highest daily wage that the firm is willing to pay to hire the fifth worker? Well, you hire workers as long as MRP is equal to or greater than MRC, but we can still hire up to the point where MRP equals MRC. So if the MRP of the fifth worker is $300, the highest daily wage rate we'd be willing to pay is $300. That's the answer for part D, no explanation needed. Part E, what will happen to the demand for labor if the market price of the product increases? Now, you do not have to graph this question. It may help you out if you need to, but you don't have to. Now, it isn't a competitive market, so you draw an upward sloping supply curve. So what will happen to the demand for labor if the price of the product increases? Well, the demand for labor will increase because when you increase the price of the product, it also increases MRP of labor. And if you wanted to, you could put specific numbers in there if you want to kind of illustrate the point, but you're looking at demand for labor increases because an increase in the product price makes each worker more valuable to the company in dollars in terms of MRP.